Fast forward, you come out channel so aha AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast stories are training because make headlines na Jimre na EDB Akroma ewa hani dia yang braxium unia yemo engra yang simu. Cheko yang simma Baffoe-Bonnie na mano ka say o mampanyi etime de nsani fa action so say Baffoe-Bonnie wo na me pese wo obeye eye Chief Justice e de ma eye Supreme Court na ohwe ye mran sensem nyina wa Ghana ha say wo na obeye dey o obeda no no waye entutue BS fata na mero ka say die wo the petition ana say wo the akodan eye committee no say omunhwe na omumu emana approve yamu wan yinsim
Owura John Dramani Mahama ye Ghana man pani na wagina Ghana amamra no so abo eye his lordship Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie waboni din se wono ena sesei womra mesi anemu emfama antigeti no omra me Chief Justice ya bondi Felix Kwacho Fosu ena wagina so etrokrata isan ye ewo mampani din mu de babo nten so mampani John Dramani Mahama asoma no so mfa sanka egbe emfamra metudwa na obi bebisa se opani ya ye friend Paul Baffoe-Bonnie kura wono hwan wono ena sesei wo ye acting Chief Justice yo hwe akire na waye onipa bi a emfiem pimienu ene nwotwe mu ena President Akuffo ebo ne din etwe no ede ebabe wura atemmu adwuma pon no mu efiri sabre no ede ba nyina Supreme Court won watra ya wono December 26th 1956 ena ya wono Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie ese ni school na se ewo goso etimu amuko school goso no fashe umu say uko school no awon da ati obetimi aba be Chief Justice ama na ye go so ene wo share school no ase ene wo de ba konongu Odumase secondary school eho ene wo ba e ba benya O level ene A level certificate eno mo wo de free mu no de ko University of Ghana ekọ ekokosua emra wo de free ho e de ekọ ye Ghana School of Law enso ebe ye mrakuni no ewie ye eno akire no opani esase se wo be ye judge kakra nti wasase okumase circuit court eho eno wo hyase eno akiri no ena wo de bebe PM odua ankwanta high court eno akiri no de ba peace court a ye bo ne din e ma ne de ba Supreme Court a won di ne djuma e de free ho e de bebe sin na yensa aka ye Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochre e wa homa so yewra anwumre ye mu akwaba yewra wadawro me ye mu akwaba.
Hello, Anima.
Papa, na boko de.
Oh, nyame adum na wonso e.
Boko papa.
Hu wache mum, e share so ache.
Enye easy o. Abrabo ya.
Ya, e share wo FM so any TV so.
Ah ne. You be share nyame ti ase. Anwumre yi opani a ye frɛ no eye Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. E said your man pani anya aboni din say antigeti efri ho no. One hwe akire na wonye atemu adwuma ni nyina pani eba manyo semu a wonim de pa opani ya pa onu se womra no mra meye adwuma yi adwuma wo betumi aye esafata no we nipa bi a obetumi aye adwuma ni yie matemu adwuma no nimonyam no ekofam no atumi a restore na ana ye hwe ofofrenim
yo meda wase maminchia otiefo ne wahwefo a mintimi ntia se TV XYZ kan so dia ene metia ahwefo nso edikane no wo hwe openi Paul Baffoe-Bonnie oye obi a ogina nan so pa na se utie ni okoka wo bar council bar association omo meeting oyeye na mo yeye na kire se wo obi a okuta Ghana at heart okoka galamse nwasem what you saying galamse so a issue a very thorny issue in this country by a two sister and the mere fact to say as on my yentimi eliminate such a cancano he had cause to speak about it. Many were those who thought to say, oh, is rather, speaking against government. And even if he did, that was a realistic truth that he told all of us. Now, sad decision of the president. They should understand how the president reasons. This is a president who has even taken the former Chief Justice, Oba Penis of Akuffo, as a member of Council of State, because when you be a was through criticism, in actual fact, Ocean is style, so whom say he is not opposed to criticism, he is rather always ready to listen to other views, divergent views. That is the style of the current president, so that he leaves a legacy of falling astray. Until he should be a woman style. Now, opening for Baffoe-Bonnie, in terms of Bano, he is the most senior at that place, the most senior. But unfortunately, I have to say, our president over the period, I am not disincentivizing that we pick someone just for political consideration without considering seniority at the bar. The decision for the president's decision to pick somebody as a chief justice, for me, it becomes more politically motivated if we do not consider, the seniors in those areas. Take, for example, a brother in Oba-Penny Gertrude, Oba-Penny former chief justice Gertrude Mrs. Ekopie Supreme Court. Edumresai and a year no super chief justice. So it means the decision for somebody to become a chief justice, nominated and become a chief justice, political. But you have a president who believes seniority really counts, and therefore, kwanya afaswa jump opening Paul Baffoe on one in Fiona Canasiana, he deserves to be the substantive chief justice. If you ask me, a brother so necessary penny person oyi obia obetimi akwanim na wacha. That decision will also be welcome.
Owura Paul Baffoe-Bonnie ene ni dwumadi a wadi no ba no so no. We nipa bi a tese de wo kan ya wache. Na mum amanfo eta aka se omampani wu yi obi a wose unye obi a ubenya influence wo no so. Papa yi wo hwe ba bia wo gina yi a nansen wakasa fagalam se ho ma ono abokwa achofo so de krata akra ba abonten a na amanfo kra kire se wone no kra banta. Ya eno no kire se ana sei na wakwa akɔfa no na wo so pese wo de amanfo atututum yi obetumi anya ni day no ewo emrem anase wo help pani no a wo ye justice obetumi anya adwuma yi.
You see, in terms of law, justice is very crucial and important. So for Kwambono so Eddie will be too much. To say, when you are judge, you are like a god, and you are playing God on earth. Intimacy of for Kwambono so Eddie will be behind Basa. I mean, these things are curses on those who do things of that nature. I believe it's so far so good. Any bad judgment, any ruling, no scandal of a sort. It is just it is oral that is working. Now we may have to see how oral will progress, because as a nation, some of us campaign about accountability, and Ghanaians decided if we really want accountability, then it must be Mr. Mahama that should be elected, because I always ask that Bawumia how he's going to be accountable to us, whether he'll be able to investigate PDS, whether he'll be able to investigate STL, and so on and so forth. And since I believe he was not going to be able to do so, that's the more reason Ghanaians decided otherwise. And the point is that everything should be by rule of law. That is what it is. But I will also want the Chief Justice to take a look at certain judges in this country, some in Central Region, Cape Coast to be precise. And now I know University Adentia. University Adentia, you visit this 60 years. Now, so one person over call Sanse or free say, a moment contract extension. As some local real court near there. I think that the way and manner, I don't want to be prejudicial, so I'll be cited for contempt. The way and manner, a team secure injunction from last year, October thereabout. Ebesinde, Wabra Wunim say the state institution must function. Nasa bibi say a judge say a friend Alifo. Nasa what me a granting injunction. Nasa minutes and what's the Chief Justice must be interested if justice ought to be seen and manifestly to be seen to be done. the Chief Justice will have to be interested. I can say, and then GTEC actually a crata. Say, your Vice Chancellor will do some personas or one train on there. And yeah, or more and ratify a salary, or more and ratify a book and research allowance, or more and ratify post-retirement contract and so on and so forth. That means to say somebody is not doing his work somewhere. And that in itself is jeopardizing the future of the number one university in Ghana, West Africa, and fourth in Africa. So, BBC, no, the Chief Justice must equally be interested. Because about the school for our campus, you could have imagined the kind of chaos and instability that things of that nature in Quebec cause. But you know, justice in the I hope I'll take you over now. Things of that nature, he will show interest.
Yawra sese no uwa futuo BBM wode beka owura Paul Baffoe-Bonnie ho ansa na wako based on antaraba de ato no ya emomu yi no free we.
We do not want judgment that tell us say your birth certificate is not indicative of your citizenship. It's a very bad decision that Oba Penny was part of. We don't want situations where Supreme Court does not sit on Friday. Now will be bet near for crime to Eddie Bibisa Akuffo. Na area kete wana yetimi ade ya convoke ni Akuffo tenase. I mean, these things point out to political favoritism. The law must be the law.
Okay.
If that is what it is, then we expect the Chief Justice, the Venerable Chief Justice, Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. I congratulate him for such, honors, and how he has equally served the STEM. Look, it is very disincentivizing. So, bedum pempenswa, utimunsa, but some of these people, they are not able to speak. So it is only God that speaks for them. But thankfully, the president has acknowledged seniority and has given him such an honor. I believe he will do right by all manner of people, and he must equally be interested in the case that I just narrated.
Yora, you better ask Bibi and you better about it. You. Addo for penny amote said ye no din komo your penny bi onim de e wa manyo semu. Dr. Jonathan Asantiotre ena ye training king.
Yentoa ensem ne so na yenko ensem foforo emo se yenkaya de hye ya wo enche ye bia na rewo sem ne briche kese ba o my Ghana enam so ma Tamale Central abaton peso so ne hwe emrahye bedwane ya no no ene wo ho ekowi achi Ghana yesi abene bia mene se de nhye ne sitie ne wo se yehwe na yeyi nipa afro ene ko gina yewura no anemo na eboa se de be ya wono nso so be kwa akọbo aba Tamale Central fo wo mo dwumedi ahodo Ghana mrahye bedwam ne mia etumi awie mu di na bato kobesa bie kwa moto wo se obi a wo pese obefa nkrata na wapre bia no wo ya mfa ne dimra amanyuko ahodo no MPPS won de wonko foforo ni bi nso ba eche wo mo san etwe san me ekoka NDC amanyuko ne candidate ya wo mo yi no ede no ekoya ne din ene Professor Mahama Sedu nenu na ene Electoral Commission ede amanebo aba kyese abato no nsusuanso na che no esi akweso ono nkwa wa mantazi ono nkwa na ejina ese nti nhihye ne nyina no wo ma gina amamra no so ameneyi wo mo ede no akyere eso na edi nkunim e wa bato ya ekoso ana ba elections ekoso e wo Tamale Central ene ne mpeswa so wo mo kira constitutional instruments 127 no ye no ma Electoral Commission e ho kwan sese ekoba se enipa ba ko pe na ejina ye declare wo ya no on post no ye no so na aka ho bia mene Electoral Commission wo mo gina so e wo Tamale Central ye mpempen ya the Professor Mahama said wo no na eba begina wo mo anemo na yera ya wonu ye returning officer e wo mpeswa no so ye Muniru Musa wonu na this announcement e ba ne ntie ni nsem ne bi.
Right after the close of nominations, they submitted letters to the returning officer indicating their interest in withdrawing from that contest. In line with CI 127, the Electoral Commission reopens nomination for another 10 days. That 10 days elapses only the day before yesterday on Sunday. As it stands, It means that only Professor Addo Seidu Mahama stands nominated. And according to the CI 127, with permission, I'll read. Where the time allowed for delivery of nominations has ended, and on the day before the elections, only one candidate stands nominated. The candidate shall be declared elected. In view of this, I, Muniru Musa, returning officer for the Tamale Central constituency, in working with CI.
Then we look at it. Moga, I have accepted, say, Galamsey de Anunyan try. Do you get me right? I have accepted. But has there been an incremental change in terms of the stability of some water levels? Ediana nanado ye time excavators ye importable maimu 200 a day. Ediano ye. Waja mo dia call room. Diana His Excellency John Mahama ye. Minia.
What money license no excavator.
Me ba license there no so. Now Mahama time no ya stop the what? The excavator at the entry point.
Ntumi from room.
And I cover tracker. Ebon who say, baby, sir, excavator befano. You be monitor or computer more them. This is what you call sense. In the Mrantia,
a leader with a vision.
Yes, a leader with a vision.
Ambitious, yeah.
Hey, Minia na oye mineral commission boss during Nanado time. Wabe ura ye NDC time. O kachre say. Even though the parliament say stop issuing license, Emrambia Trentino, he continued to issue license. Theo, he continued to issue license. Now, when you come to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama period, for the year 2025, January till today, no license has been issued. That makes sense. That is the difference. That is the difference. In this amuni nam eka ena de onuk mirakabuaji onko kantre niewo say Nanado declare state of emergency he will demonstrate against him because they say momon jai galamse nentwasu because omulusu wo mining area enya sa no maka. But what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said then was that eba mu say Nanado aban chigana for tuma China for nu muja mu ye papa baku ye friend there eka say ye chi asha wan kranu they have regretted it. What are we talking about? So today where we are for Misramu declaring state of emergency it is just like declaring curfew. And yes sir, now we have a population of 4 million Ghanaians who are into this industry. Now the question is, how do they feed? Into His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he is giving them the livelihood program, sir. If you stop the galamsey, there is something for you. We have the water guards, isn't it? So because from me, they are so stressed in peace. And your program, that livelihood program, nanka, ye papa no, ye nuanu, kwa kolonchina, helicopter semnusi. That is a visionary government. So today, allow the MPP people. Look, I'm sure nobody have touched them, isn't it? But we want to put data on the table. Then I am telling you.
Sir, oh, Semeraka Boajana or Yededo. Brana Nanado, Eka saw in the presidency, ABC went to me and fight illegal mine. Yetin Simbia America Boajamo Eka.
You have employed, there is a small scale mining firm employing close to about 5,000 young people in the western region. You are saying that we should ban them for what wrong? What crime has he committed? Because there is armed robbery, everybody should be left at home, everybody should be kept at home. Is that a sensible way to solve a social canker? That there is a lot of armed robbery or there's a lot of phone snatching around Circle. So government should ban everybody coming to Circle. That is an emotive, an emotional way of trying to solve a problem. And that is why I keep telling you that these people who come on TV and radio and talk about ban, they are Ghana for you are someone who has some American. Nimwaye enuni Miraka Boaginu, Onuni.
MPP wapa we no
MPP we no katre yen. We no katre yen. Senka mi woni pa bi owo tumia. Papa we nka ensese onye politics. Because these are the people MPP is brewing to deliver another monstrous government again in future. We shouldn't give them that opportunity. Because they are changing their positions. Yeah, can say me makachiro say nienti kura me ka say nanado no on declare state of onwana mamu ankasa no eya mamu boni nanado amamu ya mamu boni pa na se o si mi bua wankasa faka na brakra na behu cathedral be o si cathedral no sika ekoho about $97 million no even one footing cry any ho. And then you have people like this talking. And then you ask yourself question whether we are in Ghana. We just celebrated Kwame Nkrumah's birthday. Who are the people who led the coup against Kwame Nkrumah? And after Kwame Nkrumah left, we had Buzia and others. What did they do? What did they do? So in this country, Ghana, all the people who follow the what? The Kwame Nkrumah ideology are people with developmental minds. And all the people who follow the tradition of the coup makers during the Kwame Nkrumah time, you will see that they continuously follow the regime of destroying this nation and our resources. Inti Ghana for mumma nyina yenya botre. Hey, ye binu de anukura wo hono ye beka. Me opposition, me ni position. I must fight for my children. That persons of this nature who could not actually stand on one leg or position always, we should not give them the opportunity. He is in a tradition where their flag bearer then, who is still fighting, Bawumia to me catch Ghana for say, woman with 1,000 interchanges, any Ghana card no, obey to see Ghana card. Then you ask yourself, what type of future will you have under this person for your children? These are the questions you should be asking. We know we have to fight Galamsey. And it is true we have to fight Galamsey. But let me ask a question. Provided, say, the new stands and our positions are binding by, say, yentu from Goodyear, without destroying the water bodies, without destroying the forest, without destroying the environment, you know. Senka etumiya sa, senka yebabe ya difo. And I think that is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is talking about, or is doing, to make sure, say, we mine responsibly, so that Ghana for beya difo. And that is what we are looking forward for. So those who are making demonstrations,
we ayen sama wuro timi ko so channel no so mamno ase so jemre e wo hada sene so ba de ndia dumbi edom ya ni ya unia e mun romai ni yan sumu kwanson ko so kra aha GH Politics Avenue.